So what is screening content? Well, it's content that screens for the people that you want to be marketing to. Everything we do is always based on this concept of a fan base. People who've demonstrated an affinity towards you or your content by clicking, liking, commenting, sharing, or watching a video. So if I'm building a fan base, and look, anybody that watches your video has some sort of demonstrated affinity towards you. So even if it's just a warm and fuzzy video, you've just screened for somebody that kind of digs your style. But real screening content can take it way beyond just, do they like you? Do they like your video? Do they like your content? It can screen for the exact right people, people that are in the consideration phase of a transaction. And that's what we really want to do. We want to screen out for those perfect people that are ready to do a deal. So what are we talking about with screening content? We're talking about content, excuse me, that finds people based on their behavior, click, download, watch, whatever. Content that's finding people who we know because they watch this video that they are thinking about buying a house, thinking about refinancing, thinking about getting pre-qualified, thinking about whatever it is. You see, when I put up content that might not even be good content by normal definitions. Oh, wow, this one's not getting a lot of clicks. It's not getting a lot of watches. It's not getting a lot of whatever. You know, when Carl puts up a video about our reverse mortgage is safe and gets 7,790 people to watch a through play of that video, he knows that those people are contemplating or considering or thinking about they're in the consideration phase of a reverse mortgage. So even though that video might be more expensive to get viewed, and in this case it wasn't, he got those views for a penny a piece. In fact, he got 3,714 people that watched 95%. They watched the whole dang thing. Those people are serious about a reverse. You see, I'm trying to grow a fan base. That's always what I'm doing, is growing a fan base or nurturing it. But who do I want to grow it with? I want to grow it with people that are, look, I want to grow it with people that like me. But in a perfect world, I'd like to grow it with people that like me and that are thinking about doing a transaction. We always think that everything has to be lead gen. They have to click and give me their name. They have to click and send me a message. They have to make a decision right now. No. I need to flirt with them a little bit. Remember, the cold leads you get, leads that come in for a stranger, yeah, that's not the hottest leads. That's walking through a nightclub when you're young and single and asking everybody there if you're, hi, I'm Bill, can I get your phone number? Hi, I'm Bill, can I get your phone number? Do that 100 times, come up with a couple phone numbers, probably not the numbers I want, because anybody that gives away their number like that, not the hottest lead. That's the leads you deal with. But the ones that you flirt with and earn it, and yeah, that's the ones you want. You want people that you know, you know what, I saw that guy checking you out across the room. I know they're interested because they're checking you out. They're looking at your video about a reverse mortgage, or this one has to be the best example I've ever seen. Guy at a whiteboard talking about loan estimate breakdown of closing costs for 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Oh my gosh. It makes me want to yawn just saying it. And yet it's got 121,000 views. Why? Because it is magnificent screening content. Anybody that goes, wow, yeah, I need to know more about closing costs and loan estimate breakdowns. Yeah, that's somebody that's doing a loan or thinking about a loan or whatever. You see, even though that video might not perform well organically, and it might not be a good lead gen video, it is a great top of funnel, because what you're doing is you're finding the people that you know are the perfect prospects. Then the real sale comes to them because they see you and see you and see you and see you after the fact. That's the magic of screening content. You don't have to sell. So what is screening content? What is the perfect screening content? Well, the perfect screening content is anything. If you can honestly answer this question, what are the odds that people who engage with this post are in the right phase of a transaction, the consideration phase of a transaction? If I put up a video about, so you're getting ready to close. Well, yeah, they're doing a transaction, but it's too late. They're getting ready to close. Or a video that says, getting ready to sign your loan docs, here's what you need to know. Yeah, you know what? Great content. Not so good for screening because I'm catching them too late. I need to catch them when they're ready to make a decision. So, what do they want to know? And that's the real key. Stop saying, what do I want to do? What do I want to teach? What do I want to... You don't matter. No offense. They matter. What do they want? I want to know how to move my offer to the top of the stack, even if I'm not an all-cash offer, without overpaying. I want to know how to find a good deal, even in this crazy market. I want to know if now is the right time to sell, or I want to know how do I know when the market's starting to plateau? When is the right time to sell? Because I've been holding out, waiting to sell. That's why the market has no inventory. We're all going, no, it's growing too fast right now. I'm making too much money. Don't sell right now. That'd be nuts. I want to find the top. How do I know when I'm at the top? Ping Frank Gray. Go to the Loan Officer Breakfast Club. Frank does a whole thing on this, and it's just freaking brilliant, where he's got a service where basically they monitor the inventory levels and the time on market and the indicators so that you can get pinged right when, oh my gosh, inventory starting to grow a little bit. Average time on market starting to grow a little bit. The average price over asking starting to drop. These are all leading indicators that we're getting close to the top. You want to catch those indicators early before the actual turn happens, because then you'll be chasing the market down. Yeah, brilliant. That's what I want to know. As a home owner, I want to know, I want to sell, but I want to sell at the top. How do I know when I'm getting there? I didn't have to be the peak, but yeah. I want to know that. I want to know how, after I just lost 30% of my buying capabilities, my purchase power went away with the rate hike. I want to know how I can get some of that back using a rate buy down or a seller buy down, or here's how we can actually, even though everybody else's rate went to 6, here's how we can still get you one in the low 5s. Not a loan guy. I don't know exactly what you can and can't do, but these are things that I would be interested in as a consumer. You see, the secret to marketing is just empathy. The better you can put yourself in somebody's shoes and say, what do they want? The better you're going to be at marketing. Well, what do they want that I can give? How can I need to know what they want to know. I need to know what they're thinking about, what they are looking for. I want to know if they have a problem I can solve. I want to know what they're considering. And content does that if you put up the right content. Put up something about how I can qualify based on my cash flow and my bank statements instead of my tax returns or my W-2s. And anybody who watches that is a self-employed borrower or an investor. They are interested in a bank statement loan. When I put up something about, if you're willing to, hey, in this world of telecommuting, it's the perfect time to maybe move outside of the city limits where you can get a USDA loan and buy with no money down. I know that somebody who watches that is going, I would live out in the city if I could buy with, out in the country if I could buy with no money down. Out in the country where the market's not as competitive. Ooh, yeah. And I'm not saying what it is. You have to decide what the it is. But the screening content needs to give to people what they want, the answers they want, the questions they have, the things that'll pique their curiosity, where they are in your market. Yeah, I want to know how to find stuff that's not on Zillow. How do I find properties that are hashtag not on Zillow? By showing them how to buy FSBOs, how to find stuff in the who doesn't put it on Zillow, how to use builder product, how to, yeah, you know what? You got my attention. And even if I don't want that, I have to tell you, the 203K has been a magnificent piece of screening content for me throughout the years, even though it doesn't seem like anybody ever actually does a 203K. They end up going, oh, that's fascinating. I'll just do the regular 203K. But the idea of buying and getting the money to do it, man, that really finds the first-time buyers like you wouldn't believe it. like you can't even possibly imagine. Well, what do they want to know? What's in it for them? I want houses. I want listings. Piece of cake. I want stuff that I haven't already seen up on Zillow, Trulia Realtor, Redfin, Homes.com, whatever. I want to know how to buy more house now that rates are up. I want to know how to keep my payment down even with the rates up. I want to know, what else do I want to know? I want to know how to stage my house. I want to know how to get top dollar, because anybody can list a house and get a bunch of offers. That doesn't mean you got top dollar. Average listing's only seen by a couple thousand people. I want to know how I can get my listing seen by 50 or 100,000 people so I can find that one perfect buyer that will pay me legitimately top dollar. The only way to know you're getting top dollar for your home isn't because you got a handful of offers. It's because you had massive exposure. And with massive exposure, if you don't find the one perfect buyer, then your price is wrong. You are finding that one perfect buyer. And by the way, that's how we love to get the listings, by putting out the hey, exposure like this, guys, 97,000 views. See, that's great screening content. Anybody that watches a video about what real marketing looks like and top, yep, perfect. Now, recognize that when you're doing screening content about loans or qualifying or closing costs or mistakes people make, oh my gosh, anytime you can put up, don't make this mistake. We all fear making mistakes. People will stop and they will watch it. But the key to all of this is, if you don't have ongoing content, and that's one of the main reasons we created the automatic traffic that we use, is because we want to stay in front of people over and over and over. In the 1950s, it was coined the rule of 7 because data scientists in the marketing world realized that people need to see something about 7 times before they would ever feel safe acting on an ad. Well, today we don't feel as safe, and there's too many ads, so it's the rule of 22. The rule of 20. I need to see you 22 times before you're familiar enough for me to feel comfortable working with you. That's heavy duty. Well, great. How do I know who I want to stay in front of 22 times or 50 times? Because remember, it's timing. If 53% of the people who make an inquiry on a real estate ad are going to do a transaction in the next 18 months, but only 4% of the ones who do are going to do it in the first month, and 40% in the next 3 months, and the 48% in the next 3 months, and yeah, I got to be in front of them long term. That's the goal of screening content. So if you have a specialty rule and you're working with ad traffic, I want to make sure that everybody has a video view rule that is designed to go out and get suspects. Yes, all of your traffic is just going to happen. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to worry about this. You just post, and all your posts are going to go to your fan base first, and then all your leftover budget's going to go out to strangers and try to pick up. It's going to screen for new fans. But all my posts aren't necessarily screening as well as one I put up about 3 things every borrower has to know before they apply for a loan. Somebody who watches that video, that's ideal. I want them before they apply for a loan. I'm catching them in that perfect consideration phase. Might not be great content. Might cost me a nickel to get a view for that. Might cost me a dime. Who cares? I got 1,000 people for $100. And if they watch that video, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Well, all you do, if you're an ad traffic user, is you create a specialty rule. You go to adtrafficrules.com and you answer some questions, and basically we're going to say, no. When this post goes out with this hashtag in it, hashtag borrow smart, hashtag Bill sells homes, whatever, you pick your hashtag and say, whenever I put this hashtag in a post, that means it's a screening post. And I want it to go get not just little video views. I just don't want the counter to click, move. That's not short. I want long video views. I want people who really like this content. And Facebook will optimize it for through plays, or we'll set it up to be optimized for through plays, so that it's going to get people with a high intention view. They're going to click and turn on the sound and watch it for 15 seconds, 3 times the average. That's the perfect view. So hashtag Bill Sells Homes is my screener, or hashtag watch this, whatever. And now I'm going to go out. I'm going to put $100 on it for 7 days, or $200 on it, whatever. Because I know that, hey, at a nickel a view, that $100 is going to go get me 2,000 people. 2,000 people at a nickel a view that are in the consideration phase of a transaction. High probability prospects who've already shown an affinity towards me. I already own a bunch of brain cells in their mind. That's what I really, really want, is mental real estate. I want to own brain cells in their mind. I got to get those 22 views. I got to get them familiar with me. Well, I've already got a bunch invested because they really watch my video. Wow, okay, and they're interested in my topic. That's it. I create some educational post and I put it up and drop in that hashtag, and there we go. Now it's going to go out and it's going to do just what I want. It's going to screen for people that are in the consideration phase of a transaction. And I'll give you this one extra tip here. Know this, that if you just shoot a video because the average view is 5 seconds, and you don't get into your, hi, it's Bill with ABC Real Estate and Home Loans, blah, 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 the company that, and we do, sorry, right up front, baby. You got to get them with, it's don't bury the lead. Rule number 1 when it comes to advertising, don't bury the lead. Whatever's in it for them, first thing, your topic or your headline does the heavy lifting. Your content makes them like you, makes you look smart, makes you not be boring by yakking on and on about this stuff. But the topic or the headline, how do you qualify for? The biggest mistake people make when buying in. How to know when the right time to sell is. How to know when the market's plateauing. Whatever your topic is, make sure it's the first line in your post text. Make sure it's the thumbnail on your video. Make sure it's the first words out of your mouth. You gotta catch them up front with what's in it for them. So first I have to stop the scroll. Then I have to engage them, give them a reason to watch, and then I educate them, and let the education come after I hook them. But the hook is everything on a screening. Well, it's not everything, but it's the most important thing. It does all the heavy lifting. You gotta have that hook right up front. That's the question that they want answered. That's the problem they fear they might have. That's the mistake they don't want to make. That's the thing they're looking for, the information they want. And it doesn't have to be a video. People are always like, do I have to do video? Yes, you should. I just want to say yes, it is. But the truth is, no, you can tell them, blah, blah, blah. Here's an article. Nobody should buy a home unless they read this article first, blah, blah, blah. Nobody should sell a home without reading this article on how to know if you're getting top dollar. And then I could put a link in my post and they can click. And now I know if they click to download that article, they're serious. They're very serious. They clicked. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Great way to screen. But nothing does as well as video. Video lets them know, lets you know that they're interested while simultaneously helping them get to know you. I want them to get to know you. Stop being afraid of video. Stop worrying about being professional. Shoot it. I'm not even in an office. I'm on my boat shooting on my laptop with no camera, no microphone, no nothing. Just, this is fine. As long as the sound's okay and it makes sense, don't worry about it. But it helps them get to know you. It helps you buy brain cells in their mind. You want that mental real estate. You're trying to earn their trust, and that comes with familiarity. That's the game we're playing. And then lastly, make sure that if you're putting up screening content, that you're putting up posts at least once or twice a week. That, hey, it's a mix. Now I've got some educational content. I've got some warm and fuzzy content, some stuff that's for, with, or about others. I've got my ads mixed in. Perfect world. You're hitting them 3-4 times a week and not annoying them with all ads. But yeah, here's an ad. Here's an educational piece. Here's a couple warm and fuzzy posts for others, with others, about others, whatever. Stuff that makes them like you. That's the perfect sales funnel. And all you got to do is, hey, I need to grow my audience a little bigger. Great. Put up a screening post. You know what? I want to grow it a little bit bigger again. Repost the same damn thing. You don't have to do a new one. Put up a new one. See if it works better. Ooh, that one works better. I'm going to run that one twice. And hey, if I'm growing my audience, and let's say it's a 5 is on the high side, you got to be pretty rough on your content to get it up that high. You're going to get a video view for 2 or 3 cents. Let's say it's 3 cents. Every time you spend $100, you're adding 3,300 and change new fans to your fan base. That means that by the time I'm into this for $1,000, I've got 30,000 people in there that are really thinking about this. They're perfect prospects. And now I post 3-4 times a week, stay in front of them so that I'm always there at that perfect moment in time. Google calls it the 0 moment of truth. When somebody's done researching, done reading about, thinking about, contemplating, they're ready to move from the consideration phase to the action phase. When they're ready to call, message, email, whatever, that's when you got to be there at that perfect time. The only way to be there at the right time is to be there all the time. But you can't afford to be there all the time with everybody in the world. And why would you want to? Just be there with all the people that are considering a transaction. That's perfect screening content.